All right, the ratings are in. The ratings are in for the Summer Madness month of caffeine. The Summer Madness 11 ratings. Will the ratings go up or will they go down? Now, last month was the record low for caffeine. They never had a worse ratings record than they did last week at around 211,000 views for the month of August. That's right. That was their lowest. Now, their peak was 600,000 in January. I believe some type of super fight or whatever that was going on back then. But now we have Summer Madness, the biggest event of the year, which probably won't be the biggest event of the year now with the Drake card. So it looks like October is set to be the biggest event of the year. But at the time and how we usually look at things, Summer Madness is the biggest event of the year. Can they get the ratings up? And they absolutely did. Caffeine is up 85% month to month from last month's all-time low to getting 392,000 views for the month of September. For the month of September, 392,000 views, up 85% from 211,000 views in the month of August. It is still down over 20,000 views and over almost 40% from their all-time high of January. So even though Summer Madness gave them a bump, it just brought them back to the levels they were the past, I would say, 4 or 5 months before that January spike. Because that January spike was huge. They went from around 450 to 600, but then they dropped from 600 to where they are now. And then they just kept dropping and dropping and dropping every single month till we got to the lowest point of the ratings in last month. Now we've spiked back up to 392. Now, that is a good sign because let me tell you something. If they would have lost viewers during the Summer Madness month, all right, that would have been serious DEFCON 5. I still think it is because to not even hit 400,000 views for the month for an entire website. Look where they're ranked throughout the internet. So throughout the world, they're ranked 154,750th most viewed website in the world. They're ranked 37,721 most viewed website in the United States. And in their actual category of gaming, live streaming, and video game consoles and things like that, they are ranked 1,080 most viewed website in their actual category. So all in all, they're still terrible numbers, okay? But again, they have done better than they did. Now, their lowest month ever was the Ultimate Madness 4 tournament. That's what was highlighted in that month. The Ultimate Madness 4 tournament gave them, which had newer stars, people really knowing who these dudes are, trying to establish new names, this, that, you know what I'm saying? They really had no established names in that tournament. So that led to their worst rating. So they bring out the big guns. It did raise them 85%, again, but coming off the worst month ever, bringing them back to baseline to where they've pretty much been the past 2 years at the 392 mark. The 392 mark is pretty much an average of where they've averaged the past 2 years ever since URL has signed with Caffeine. So it makes you wonder, is this been a successful endeavor for Caffeine? I would say yeah, because without URL, who knows what these numbers will look like. They'd probably be under 100,000 if we're really keeping it real. 100,000 views, because honestly, it's like we're almost a year and a half into this Caffeine experiment, and they just seen absolutely no growth. Caffeine has seen no growth on their own, and URL has not helped them grow at all either. So it makes you wonder how long these investors are going to continue to stay on board in a project where they're literally pumping money into it. They have no advertising, they have no ads, all right? They depend on the buying of props to keep them afloat and to get profits, but the buying of props can only be a lucrative business if there's people watching the shows, and there's nobody watching the shows. So, you know, I don't know how long this is going to continue. I don't know how much longer URL is going to stay on Caffeine, because I think they would do themselves a huge favor of getting off Caffeine and moving to another platform where people are actually seen. You know, I said yesterday the battle rappers deserve better. All right, they don't get their app drops, they don't get their YouTube drops. You know, especially their YouTube drops. That really hurt them in the long run. Like that's really destroyed the battle rap superstar. You can't create a superstar if no one sees you. That's just a fact. If you're on caffeine where no one watches you and it's only aired once live, and then you're on an app where you have to it's behind a paywall, then you cannot where only the battle rap community sees you, the hardcore battle rap community, then you cannot create stars that way. It's literally impossible. You can say Luke Castro is a star all you want. No one knows who the heck Luke Castro is. Nobody except the battle rap hardcore fans. Okay, he might be Easy the Block Captain. You think if I say Easy the Block Captain to anybody who's not on Twitter 24/7 in the battle rap community, you think they're gonna know who that is? Heck no, they're not gonna know who that is. They're not gonna know who any of these dudes are. Okay, you had a chance when you were dropping YouTube battles. At least later on, that's completely off the table. Okay, and now you're on caffeine, be all it for free, but literally you have not been able to get caffeine to move the numbers. URL has not been able to move the numbers for caffeine because for whatever reason, people are just not wanting to download the app and they're not wanting to use this product because it just doesn't move them. It's not something that's caught on at all. Maybe it will one day, but we'll see. At least this is good news. We did move up. Now we'll see how the month of October lasts. Month of October is going to have the Drake card in it. It's going to be on the last day of the month to boost those ratings. We'll see if they can sustain this number or build up on it. All right. I think the expectation would be to build up on this number with the Drake card. It's got to be a very expensive card they're putting together. And they're gonna. I think the minimal hope is to at least match the January 600,000 number. If they can't match the January 600,000 number with Drake throwing out all this money for these huge battles, then I don't know where we go from here because there's only gonna be smaller events from here. You're not gonna top Summer Madness and the Drake card from here. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think. All right, I guess it's a plus, but it is what it is, man. Love you guys. Peace.